out here north of Syracuse, hanging out with Johnny Hill. And what's behind him there, that is, I don't know, do we have a name for this, John?
Well, the whole place is called the Muckside Pond, the Muckside Pub, the Muckside Lodge.
Okay, we're going to zoom out a little bit so you can see. John is wearing Crocs. Your eyes are not fooling you, but it's just beautiful out here
So comfy.
on Monday. This is what's called an evergreen in the business. Basically, what we're doing here is we're going to talk to Johnny about a bunch of different things here and how he got started. Because when I knew him, he was in IMCAs. I think it was when I first met you. Moved up to modifieds. But I had a friend of mine who lived next door, said he rode motorcycles with you. That was your first love.
It was. I got a late start. I was 16, and my cousin gave me an old jalopy dirt bike, and just fell in love with it. I was technically very inept, even with the metric, very easy motor, a two-stroke motor. But I learned how to wrench on that and beat myself on that old bike for a couple years. But by the time I was 18, I'd started racing motocross and got with some really good guys. And the better guys you ride with, the quicker you get. So by the time I was 18, I was running the pro class in local, Ohio races. And we did arena cross and I ended up riding until I was 34, which is old.
That's late motorcycles, isn't it?
Yeah, but since I got such a late start, I was still growing. And when you turn 30, you go into the Vet A class or the senior one, and they get to ride with pro riders that are 30 and above. So that's a great class because a little bit more sense, a lot of skill, and again, you just you keep growing. The more laps you get, the faster you get.
So what got you out?
I had my back fused. A lot of just ACLs to knees. It's a demanding sport.
Mm-hmm. So similar story to most motocross guys. There's that one injury where you say,
"Yep, it just happens." I mean, I broke my ankles and had ACLs on my knees, but I'd always train and get back to it. But then I was 33, 34, and I had my back fused, and the doctor said, probably stop abusing that.
Huh?
And at that time, we lived in Arkansas, and my neighbor ran an IMCA at I-30 Speedway in Little Rock. So we went and watched him. And I thought, geez, this would be pretty fun, and to be in a cage, that can't be bad. And then we got transferred up here to New York that next year, and of course, the racing's so popular here. Ended up getting an IMCA.
So you never been to New York before that?
No, I got transferred here through the phone company, Alltel.
Wow.
So it worked out great, and again, just fell in love with that. Eddie O'Neill had a car. Rob Keller was instrumental in the IMCAs back then, and I was able to work with those guys and got a car ready within a couple weeks and started racing.
And what year was this?
Gosh, that would have been about 2000.
2000, okay.
Yep.
And then we went to modified.
Yep.
But if I remember correctly, did you not really have the budget or?
Well, yeah. What happens is in motocross, when you win a division, you move up. If I was in the C class, 250C, I went to B. If I won that class, I got my pro license and went, motocross. But in cars, when you win a division, like I was luckily, I think track champion twice in IMCA at Brewerton, and I just felt, time to move up. I got to time trial or hot lap Scotty Prentice's big block one day. He was running late, so Vinny put me in his car. And once I was in that and felt that horsepower, it was just a whole nother level. So I did what I could. It's just such a big financial jump. And at that time, there was a wet sump that was going to be kind of introduced to go against the dry sump, a little bit more affordable. It's still
oil cooler.
Yeah,
right?
still expensive. Yeah,
baffles in the pan, all that stuff.
Yeah,
right?
without the return can and everything. So we did that, and I really enjoyed it. It's kind of weird because I'd win a bunch of IMC races, and then if I got a 7th at Brewerton in the big block, I was so excited because that was huge at Brewerton to be the top 5, top 10 car at Brewerton in the big block against those guys. It was phenomenal. But I go back to my sponsors. They said, "How'd you do this week?" I said, "Well, 7th." They're like, "What happened?" I'm like, "What happened was I just run my ass off against the best guys in dirt."
What are you doing?
Yeah, so it's all relative, but no, it was a great experience. Got to meet and become very good friends with Steve Holsizer, and again, it's being around good drivers. Roger Phelps. I mean, all the guys that could see me getting in and probably over my head really helped me. And I was, we were competitive, with a mediocre car at best.
There you go. What got you out?
Well, then just financially it was expensive, and then the late models were coming on strong. And
most IMCA guys want to do late models, don't they?
Yeah, but I just want to be in the big class at Brewerton and Fulton.
Okay.
And like I said, once I got into Vinny's car, Scott Prentice's car, it's just something I had to do.
Yeah, you felt all that power. Really,
oh yeah, and it was great. I had some really good runs, and it was a lot of fun.
When did we start switching our attention from your racing to your son's racing?
Well, so then we migrated to late models, and I think Max was 10 or 11, and we were going all over with that back then. It was a Go Nuclear, and really had a lot of fun racing with Sean Beardsley and Kevin Cook, Chris Fleming, and Sean. Dale Caswell, of course, we're good friends.
Shane Tenace.
Oh, and Shane was instrumental in getting that and keeping it going. It was great. So it was just a perfect fit. It's a crate motor, more affordable engine, and we had some really good runs in that too.
All right. How is it now, watching your son and watching him develop and grow and learn?
Oh, it's the best part of being, a dad. And he worked so hard. When he was 10, he was working really hard in the shop, and I told him, I said, if you A's and B's in school, don't talk back to your mom. Obviously, no drugs, no trouble, and I'll get out of the car when you're 14. You can start driving it. Mm-hmm. And he's didn't get anything but straight A's. Never was gotten any trouble. So we made a deal, and he got in at 14, and I couldn't have been more proud.
I've heard so many people, whether you're talking quarter midgets or go-karts or microds or like in your situation, boy, having that car to hold over the kid to make him toe the line is huge, right?
It's the incredible care. If he has a racing
not a bad
gene.
Kid, but it does give him that extra to.
And that's my dad was instrumental. In, 17, 18, I got a good race bike. He made the same deal with me. No trouble, and it kept me on the up and up, and it's what drives you.
What drives you today to keep working with Max?
Oh my gosh, because he's got, he's such a good boy and got good skill. He's got a better temperament than me. His mom's
really?
Super mellow, and I'm pretty wired.
Dad got a little off the handle a few times, maybe?
Well, I'm a little wired, and but so he's a lot calmer. So that's going to help him. But
That's a big thing. Let's be honest, right?
Oh yeah, if you keep your calm about you in a serious race incident or whatever, it pays off big time.
Yeah, and you've seen this. I'm sure you have. Probably in motor. Of course, I'm sure it's similar in motocross to some degree. But I've seen guys who everybody knows can get a little flustered, wear their emotions on their sleeve, and you can give them a little rap tap in the back, and next thing you know, they're going to make a mistake the next quarter, right?
Yeah, or beat something up in the pits later.
Yeah, that's true. Is there an equivalent in motocross to that?
Well, see, that's the problem. Coming from motocross, it's bars up, elbows up, and if you're in my way, I can take you out.
How?
Physically. In a car, the ethics, you're not supposed to do that. And that's why I kind of got.
You just run them out?
Yeah, you can just move them out of the way.
Okay.
Literally, and that's pretty much legal.
Of course, they can move you out of the way too.
That's part of the deal. That's part of the deal.
Where you're the benefactor from the contact,
yeah.
Right?
So I came from that very aggressive. If you're in my way and I got to get around you, you could physically move a guy. Mm-hmm. In a car, obviously, you got to use discretion and not booger up.
How's business? How are things?
Oh, good. Yep. With the landing cabins, it's pretty popular thing to have a piece of land out in the middle of nowhere right now.
Especially with the world the way it is now, who wouldn't want to get away to someplace and?
Yeah, so we're very fortunate. We've always, done good. New York's such a beautiful state with all the sports we have every season. There's a reason to come here.
North Country, even around here. I mean, look where we are here at your place. I mean, this is again. I'm gonna zoom out again here just so you can see. I mean, this is beautiful. So Crispus and Associates, right?
Yep.
How do they get a hold of people if they're interested in the camp?
Just go to landandcamps.com and check out our inventory, and then give me a call.
And you'll take them up there, everything, right?
Oh, yeah. If it's wintertime, we have snowmobiles and tracked UTVs,
really? Okay.
Snowshoes. Summertime, we got ATVs and side-by-sides. It's usually a really fun tour. Whether you buy something or not, we always have fun.
I see some things breaking the water. Are the fish back? And,
yeah.
Yeah?
Yep,
What do we got in the pond?
Oh, we have bass, bluegill, perch, bullhead right now. If anybody wants to come bullheading, that's a perfect.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you eat them yourself? Or
I'm not a big bullhead fan, but the bluegill, really good fish.
They are good eating. They're not, pieces aren't very big.
No, it takes a little bit of time, but it's like
yeah, you get 2 little fillets. And
yep, fry them up. They're good.
Yeah, and it is really good, just as good as any haddock.
And the perch, of course, they're in there too. They're phenomenal.
I've never had perch, but I hear it's really great. So, John, it was good seeing you, man. I wish you all the best. This was, again, one that we held on to. So if you're watching this, it's probably a rainy weekend sometime this year when there wasn't anything going on at the tracks. But I got a lot of these that I saved. So, Johnny, good seeing you again. You take care. And, again, guys, hit that little blue E down in the corner. That'll subscribe you and let you know every time we put up something new.
Thanks,
Johnny,
Doug.
you take care of yourself, man.
Thank you.